Just writing a message. I forgot to turn my camera. All right. Hey, Minik. I forgot to turn my camera the first time, so if you ever come and I've already started, or if I have to restart, sometimes you need to refresh your browser just by the little half circle thing. Hey, Diane. Hi, Lynn. All right, we're ready to get started. Good afternoon. It's Friday, which means Funfold Friday. My name is Marianne Cowan. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ottawa, Canada. And starting next week, I'll be live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, just for the summer months. Some other days I might pop on, but for the summer, it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Well, I know it's not quite summer, but it's close. Hey, Linda. So, when I come live, I use Stampin' Up! Products to show you how to get a lot of use out of the products if you have it, or to let you know if you don't have it that you probably need to get it. And today, so thank you for joining me. Today we're working with Bloom Where You're Planted, which was one that I was really excited about seeing in the new catalog. So it has a stamp set that's got some greenery, and then it's got a die set. It's got this really cute macrame hanger thing. I laugh when all these things that were cool when we were like teenagers come back in style. And now the young kids think they're so cool. We had them way before. Anyways, they're back in style. A whole bunch of little different pots. And what's fun about this set is it coordinates with the paper. So I just want to show you a couple of pieces of the paper. So some of the dies cut out certain leaves. This one, I think, and this one, and this one. But the other ones are super easy to fussy cut. There are dies that cut out this pot, and this pot, which is fun. And then there are not dies to cut out these, but I fussy cut a bunch of them out just to use them in our project today. We're only making one card today. One card. So the other elements in that paper are, this one would be used in a card. Oh, that one would have been cool for the inside. Kind of cement looking. And then I really like this foliage actually. Then we've got the big leaves, wood grains, another wood grain. This one is really nice, the brick wall. Some greenery. And then I showed you those ones. The other paper we're using today is In Good Taste. It carried over into the new catalog. And we're using, it's a big pack, this one for the inside of our card. I know, right? Macrame. We were knotting up all kinds of stuff. Oh, hello everybody. Hi Shannon. Sylvia. Wanda. So we're using perfect plant dies. We're also using the stitched rectangles. And we used this one for the greeting. And this second biggest one for our windows. It's got some really nice sentiments as well. We're using a little note with the biggest thanks. This is just really pretty. And those of you who follow me know that I just built a greenhouse. So of course I had to get this set. We're also using the shelf from the window box dies. And I did cut out the little pots. I don't know if we'll use them or not. I just cut out a bunch of stuff. It's one of those cards that we're going to create as we go. Here's some other samples from the catalog. Catalog is a great place to get some samples because I didn't look at it till after, of course. And I thought, oh, that one would have been cute. Or that one. Any of these are cute. I don't have these little elements, but they're pretty cool. Anyhow, this is just one fun fold card. But look at all the pieces I have. Now, I don't think we're using all these pieces, but we are using a lot of them. Okay, I'm just going to leave that like that and slide it off. See, this one I just fussy cut out. this one as well, and I know some of the leaves are missing, but it's good to tuck towards an edge. And this one I fussy cut. I'll show you the ones I fussy cut. Well, it doesn't matter. You'll know as soon as you get the catalog. All right, I'm going to show you what I did wrong as I designed this and what I did right. So I have smoky. What do I have? Is it smoky slate? Gray granite. I didn't think it was smoky slate. Gray granite. So I was inspired by my greenhouse, so I wanted to make a card that kind of looked a little bit like a greenhouse. So I started here. I thought this brick would be cool. It's not on the outside of my greenhouse, but I thought it was cool. And then I was going to glue it on first, then cut out the windows, and then put the piece of window sheet in. So I glued it on, and then I thought, now how am I going to put the piece of window sheet on? Because I wanted it between the cardstock and this wall. So I will save this, and maybe I will make this card later. So anyways, we're not using this piece. And the reason I was going to do that first is so that the little pieces that I die cut out would be stuck together, and that would make it easier. Wrong. So then I just took my piece of cardstock and then my piece of designer series paper, and I just laid it on. I did do a little pencil mark at halfway. So this is 4. So I did it 2. Is it 4? 4. Yeah. It looked different. So this is 4 inches. So I just did a little pencil mark at 2 so I would know where to put my windows. So then I just carefully put the die on. Now with these dies that have a big long edge, it's always good to put it in on a little bit of an angle. So because I was doing it this way, I did put it on just a tiny bit of an angle. Otherwise, when you get to this big long edge, you'll find it goes kukunk, kukunk, and sometimes it doesn't cut. It needs to be cutting it down. It would cut those ones fine. So just a bit of an angle, but be careful that you're not squishing it in your machine. So I went ahead and cut those 2 pieces out, and then I got a piece of window sheet, and we're going to put that behind. So these are the windows to my greenhouse. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think if I just put a piece or some Stampin' Seal, top and bottom, I should be good. I'll just put a little bit here. Stuff is so sticky. One thing about window sheets, you don't want to handle them too much because they do get fingerprints. I guess you could take some Windex. All right, so now we have our windows, and now we can go ahead and put them on our card. And I'm just going to get an eraser. Alrighty, I think I'm going to use white glue because then I can adjust it a little bit if I need to. I'm not going to go too close because I don't want white glue leaking out onto the window. And I do need to get them pretty precise. So hopefully this is going to work. This is one of those cards like playing with paper dolls where it's going to kind of create itself as we go. All right, so there we have our windows. I'm going to let that dry a bit. So, well, I need to, while we're waiting for that to dry, just remembering, so this piece is 11 by 1.5. Hey, Pat. And then it's scored at 5.5, so halfway, and then 2 3/4 on each end. So 7 3/4, 2 3/4, 5.5, 7 3/4, and there's where I did it wrong. Then I have my little pieces of paper that I've cut. These are an odd size. 7/8, 1 3/8 by 2 5/8. And there should be one more. I saw one random one over there. Okay, hang on. Oh, maybe I put it in here. That's not it. Oh, here it is. That was the leftover one. Okay, we're good. Crisis averted. So I just want to make sure I'm thinking about this properly. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and put these all on. I'm just going to use this because it's quicker. So I want just a little bit of the brick showing, or the edge, I mean. But I thought it would look nice inside to have this little piece. These little pots are just so cute. And there's a good variety of flowers as well. Good variety of heights and sizes and colors of pots. It's really a pretty set. All right, hopefully our front piece is dry enough so that I can play with it. Okay, so we've got this piece ready. Now inside, I'm just gonna give this a rub to make sure we're good to go. This is gonna be a pretty thick card when it's done. So let's go ahead and put our piece on the inside. I didn't want anything, I thought about this one, to be honest, or the brick wall, but I don't know, I think it's too much. I think it needs to be more subtle so that the flowers have a nice backdrop. But there are a lot of different choices you could use. Okay, so we're going to put this one inside. Alrighty. Now this is our little fold. Got the glue there. So it's going to go right here at the bottom and open like this. So I'm actually going to use Stampin' Seal. I think I'll do the bottom first, because it's going to be open and closing a lot. So this is the bottom section. I'm going to put it right down in the corner. I'm not lining it up with the Designer Series paper. I'll put it, no, I'm going to put it right, whoopsie. All right. Now I'm just going to put glue here. And then close the card. Okay, so there we have our little greenhouse. So cute. So the first thing I want to do is my little hanging basket. So this is the macrame basket. I did fussy cut these out, and I cut right into the middle so I could put some of the leaves in front and some of the leaves behind to make it look more realistic. I might try to shoot this one behind. This is just like you do outside with your tomato cages. There. It looks nice when some's in front and some's behind. So, is this the first thing we want to do? I have a little piece of window sheet that's 1 inch by whatever that was. It was 3 3/4. So now I'm designing what I want it to look like inside. So I was trying to think of some way to have this so it's hanging. So what I'm going to try, and I said try, is to put a window sheet here and then attach it. Let's just do it and then we'll see if it works. And if it doesn't, it'll be plan B. In theory, I think it'll work. I just want to make sure that I have it so it's not sticking out of the card. So I think it needs to be about here. I'm not pressing it hard yet because I don't even know if it's crooked. So I'm putting this in so it makes this so it kind of hangs on its own, but I don't know if it's strong enough, but we're going to find out. I want to give it the illusion of hanging, and it could all be a big illusion, I'm telling you. Seems to work. So there we have our first element. So when you open it, looks like that. For the second element, I have taken this pot and these leaves. So this pot is from the paper. These leaves, there's a die for. So I cut it out twice. Then on the back, because I'm going to put this one here, but when you open it up, you're going to see the back of it. And it doesn't really matter, but I was trying to figure out a way to make it so that it kind of looked the same on the back. So I die cut 2 of them. This one's just tucked behind the pot. Well, that's after I did this next thing. Then I took another one and I cut it apart, and the main leaf was fine. It's not symmetrical, so it was a bit tricky. And these ones aren't exact, but I think it looks okay. So that's going to go right here. I want to make sure that I put it so you're not going to see it a lot from the front, but you'll see it when you open it up. Maybe I'll do it this way then. I'm just noticing that it's going to be showing through the same window. All right, so I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to use glue dots for all of these because they're easy to take off if we change our mind. So this one is actually coming out different than I had thought, which is fine. So I'm going to put it as close over here as I can, but remembering I don't want it to bend. So I'm putting it so that the leaves are just touching, and then I'll fold it and see if it works. When you're doing little cards like this, you have to actually make sure they work. I am going to add another glue dot, glue dot to this little pot because it's moving a little bit. All right, there we go. So now we have that pot and we have this one, which now you can really only see when we open it. So now we need something here. Let's put our shelves on. And then that'll decide. I will have way too many things here, but that's okay. So we're putting this shelf on flat, but I have to put it so that my pot that I selected, which is this one, will not be outside of the card. So that's the one I want on. It can go right up to the top. So I'm going to put it here. And that's going to go like that. And then I had another little one I was going to put on. This little one. So I am going to pop this up. This is a lot of this is if you just want to sit in your craft room and play and just see how stuff works. Like that last pot that I was thinking of doing, or that wasn't how I was envisioning it happening, but hey, it's all good. So we want this kind of sitting on the shelf. And then we want this one just beside. I was thinking the other one would poke through the other window. So now we have to think about a plant that's going to be good to put there. But before we do that, I wanted to add 2 shelves. So the shelf is going to go here, and then we're going to have this little plant, or maybe just one. We might just have an empty pot. Oh, we do have another one over here. That might be cute. Okay, so let's just close this and see if that's going to look good. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. So these are from the window set. Welcoming window, the little shelves. This is why we're only doing one card today. It's going to take a while. But instead of being out in my greenhouse, I'm in here designing flower cards. See all the different variety of things that they have? Where was the other one I was going to put on? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I think that's cute. And you can pop up as much or as little as you want. I think popped up is cute. Now down here we want something that is not too tall. And we could just put a couple of little pots as well. You know how sometimes you have a bunch of little pots lying around? I think I made 3 of them. Because we don't want to get too much greenery happening. Well, we already have quite a bit. So let's close it and see what it looks like. All right, I think I'm going to put this one here, just flat. Because you'll see it right there. And then I'll put a couple of little pots here. Just looking like they're randomly sitting here. I was going to figure out how a way to make them look like they were stacked, but I didn't. There. That's good. Now, when we look at it from the front, we need something here, but I am going to put something on the front. I'm going to put this one on the front. So I think we actually don't need anything in there. If we were going to put something, it would have to be something tall. And then I think it looks like too much. Even I think that's too much. Now this one's trimmed, but it's okay. We're just going to the edge here. And I think I'll pop it up. It would look cute with a little bit of twine, so I might just do a little bow. Did I bring it? Yeah, I did. All right, Pat. So there we've got that. Now I do have a sentiment. Here it is. A little note with biggest thanks. So let's just glue this on. And I did have one, I was thinking of doing one little plant. That would be too big, or even, yeah, just gonna stick that in. So I'm just gonna put a little glue dot and tuck it behind our sentiment. So it's there, so it's not covering anything else. I think our hanging one's cute. And like I said, you can add a whole bunch more stuff, but you could get a bit carried away. I'm just gonna leave that. Now for writing your sentiment, which you might want to write somebody a message, I would add a piece to the back. So I want to add a little bow here. This is a card. Yeah, this looks like your office, Shannon. You could keep going, obviously. And if I was going to put a piece of white on the back, I'd probably add one of these other plants. So I'm just adding a little bow to the front here. So we'll get a glue dot. This set is so fun to play with. You wouldn't want to be making up a bunch of these cards, but if you had a friend who really liked plants, then this is a good one. Because you got your little window sheets, you've got your little pots. This one, I can't believe I thought of that wrong. I could have put it here. Oh no, that's where this one is. When you're envisioning it, where the windows are, like that could have moved over a little bit more. but I didn't want it to be outside of the card, but I think it's fine. All right. I think I've used up most of the, but just to show you some of the other cute elements, so I cut that one out. I fussy cut that one. Here's another one that I cut out the, die cut the leaves and die cut the pot. And then there's this little pot which I haven't really figured out yet. Maybe Pat knows because she's been playing with this set. And I just did a whole bunch of little things to do. And succulents, the little shelves. So you could even put, like on the inside, just some pots sitting there. But I don't know. I think it's got enough. Okay, so that's our fun fold for Fun Fold Friday. And it's my little greenhouse that doesn't have any of these kind of plants in it, but maybe it will later on. Right now it's got all my tomatoes that I had in pots because it was 3 degrees last night. So, and I did bring over the sequins. I did not think I was going to use sequins on this card, but one right there might be cute if I can find them. Or maybe I didn't bring them. Stuff from yesterday. We'll just finish it off with one sequin. No, 2. Okay, thanks, Wanda. Just checking for comments. This would be a really cute warm housewarming present. So I'm just going to put all these up here. Just to give you an idea of the different combinations you can do. I love terracotta pots, so that's my favorite. And this one I'm not sure. And I did see in the catalog where they had taken this and then cut off. Don't forget to look in your catalog. It's got lots of cute ideas. So they just cut off part of it to make a different style of hanger. So it's good when they give you a bigger one, and then you can cut it down to make it different. So I think they cut off these sections, looks like. Anyways, I thought it was cute. All right, a card in honor of my greenhouse. Oh, there's this little one too. It's like when we do with the kids at school. How many possible combinations are there if there's a red shirt, a yellow shirt, a blue shirt, and a pair of jeans, and a pair of brown pants? Like all the different possibilities. Thanks, Teresa. All right, yes, there are a lot of different shades of green in this card, but I like that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this card. I will be back Monday with a regular Facebook Live. So next week it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the next little while. We'll see how that goes, and we could change it up, but I think that'll be it. All right, have a great weekend, everybody. Maybe you'll be inspired to get into your craft room and create something. Either if you have this set, this would be a fun one to try. And it's the folds, nothing fancy. It's just, I think it turned out cute as a greenhouse. Okay. I will have fun in my greenhouse this week. I'll be covering everything up again tonight because it's so cold. But then it's supposed to be nice. I don't so much look at the daytime temperatures as what the temperature is going down to at night. But it's all good. Everything survived. Okay, have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Thanks, everyone.